me just switch now. Oh, Rockstar. I need a haircut. I'm gonna go see my barber tomorrow. Now let's see how long it takes. Let's see how long it takes to kick. I have a feeling. 5 minutes in, it's gonna kick the sound. Just wait for it. The sound's gonna kick. We're used to this now. That's what we do. We wait for the sound to kick and then we get the show going. It's gonna be a good one. One should hope. I feel like I'm slouching. My back's been hurt. My tonsils are swollen. Like I got beat up. That G-Pen's been whooping my ass. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. What are y'all doing? I'm trying to, how the fuck do we share this? I'm so sorry, YouTube. I promise one day I'm going to get it right and not cuss so soon. Hey, our Friday show was pretty good, especially since we didn't have nothing to talk about. Like, it was rough. It was rough. Let me put this on my page. Y'all know the routine. For like the first 3 minutes, I'm just going to be sharing this and staring at my phone and looking like an I said 5 minutes. It took 2 minutes this time for no sound. 2 fucking minutes. That quick. I don't know. I think Streamlabs got it out for me. I can't figure it out. Let's see how long it takes again. Now I gotta stay this way. And I feel like it's invasive. I don't like that shit. What the fuck? They don't make this easy. Nah, Streamlabs, okay. Between me sharing it on Facebook and having it on so many different sites, something happens with either the computer or just Streamlabs and Facebook clash and it kicks the mic. It just turns it off. I can't figure out what keeps doing it, but it keeps doing it. It's irritating. Like I got a guy that's supposed to come check it out, but at the same time it's like whatever. We'll get it working. As long as the podcast is recorded, I ain't tripping. That's another thing too, like on the same computer I gotta do the stream and the recording. Cause if not, I hate the latency. Like it's so irritating. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you a producer. Let me do one more share and then I'll be back into this, alright? Just give me 2 seconds. Alright, one more after the one more because I saw another one. It's been a long fucking day. It was a long day yesterday. Long day. Oh, I think I finally got booted. Yup. I've been trying, boy. That's so weird. People ever just talk to you just to talk? And you ever feel like, why are you saying anything? Just don't talk to me. Just don't say shit to me. It doesn't really, it don't really affect anything if you don't want to talk. Nobody cares. All right, let's get the show going and let's talk about some Some touchy subjects today. Some touchy subjects. Can y'all still hear me? Yeah, I should be good. And we're gonna talk about the top 5 reasons why you shouldn't wear jeans at the gym. If we can all be honest and we can all be adults, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're gonna do today. Wearing jeans at the gym should be against the law. You should have to go to jail. You should lose freedom. My bad. What you do? What happened? You should. I don't even like that. Hold up. I forgot to tell y'all the music real fast. You can't hear. Oh shit. You can't hear the music on YouTube, Facebook, or none of the live streams. So if you want to hear the music, you gotta head over to the podcast. The link will be in everything. It should be in the description. Just you'll see it. You'll hear it. Go to YouTube, subscribe, and like. All right, let's do that again. I see y'all in the chat. Wearing the jeans in the gym, wearing the jeans in the gym should be against the law. Like, you should have to lose some type of like rights. Seriously, this is the only time I approve losing freedom is wearing jeans at the gym. Like, who are you, Stone Cold Steve Austin? Oh man, I don't put myself in situations that make me want to blow my brains out. Discreet bitches slash. Y'all know what I'm playing, right? All you want, but not D. From a distance. More like, what's up tonight? You know I got a wife. I'm not gonna jeopardize my life. It's a great song. You gave me. I'm willing to confess that it's the best. It's Kasabian. Kasabian Lavoe. What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Kasabian Lavoe. Welcome to the Kasabian Lavoe Show, episode 175. It's hot in Las Vegas. The heat is here. The summer is upon us. Don't waste your time talking to people that don't want to talk to you, or people that want to talk to you just to talk. Like, God, just don't even say shit. I'll get to you in a second. No, I'm not talking to you either. My Siri, this is why I don't wear my watch during the show. I bump it with my hand and Siri starts fucking recording shit. Head over to klavo.com. The show is, why am I so off today? Like, I'm off. Like, I know I'm here, but I don't feel like I'm here right now. Can I just be honest with everybody? I don't feel like I'm here. Head over to klavo.com, www.klavoe.com. klavo.com has everything you need from merch, music, the book, 174 podcast episodes, and new merch on the way. Free of gas. For some reason, these rock stars have been really getting to me. Head over to the website. It's the best way to support us. There's a donation button. You can buy the merch. I'd rather you just download the music. We don't really care for, like, charging for content at the moment, but the music thing is different for me. I know it's content, but it's like not this content. For this content, we got something else coming. Stream, share, like. That's the best way that you can support the show. Like, subscribe, share, tell somebody. Go to the YouTube, Kasabian Lavoe TV. Go to Apple Podcasts, leave a review, 5-star it, thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody know what it is. Shout out to some of my podcast listeners, to the millions of y'all. Y'all the best. The viewers, y'all cool. Y'all know what time it is on the viewership. I really rock with the viewership. They're actually fun when it gets popping. And head over to Popl, popl.co. Use Kasabian Lavoe checkout, save 20%. That's Popl. It's a digital business card. Just walk around popping people. People are like, oh, what's your Instagram? And I'm like, bloop, bloop. They pop you. Head over to Popl. Check them out. popl.co. It's not com. It's just co. The com will throw you off. I know that's the worst part of it. What a rough one, right? So DMX is. Oh, I was gonna change the. That's why the show's off, because I'm trying to have like a structure to it, but there really isn't any. So it's a bit difficult to excuse me, to structure something that's supposed to be kind of spontaneous. But nonetheless, we do have a couple topics. So let me run those down. One, we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons why you shouldn't wear jeans at the gym. It's going to be a tutorial and a learning moment. Eric Weinstein and how corny he is. Whitney Webb was on the Tim Dillon show, and I would love to talk about what's going on with her and Patreon. I think it's very, very interesting. The Capitol building was attacked again. What's going on in America? DMX. That's the zinger for today. This one really hurt. And we'll be talking about how Michael Rapaport is a sucker. We'll get into that a little bit later. News on Kodak Black. And what is Hunter Biden smoking on more than crack cocaine? I'll tell you all this and more. Was that good? Did that work? Like, did I get you with that one? Like, oh shit, what is he gonna say about Hunter? Oh, I'm so excited. Somebody asked in the chat if I saw the video of the parents. I don't think it was parents. They said it was smugglers, but I mean, we really don't know. They didn't stop the person and say, hey, are you a parent or are you a smuggler? Who is this? But I did see the video of the kids being dropped. I think that dropped off at the border. We are definitely at a time of crisis or crises at the border. Crises. It's not good. And unfortunately, if I fly, you fly, people fly, right? So let me give you the best analogy for how immigration should work. When you're in an airplane, they tell you to put on your vest and the mask first when it drops from the ceiling and then help your kids. Because if you can't help yourself, you can't help your kids, right? Meaning that if the plane goes down, you won't be able to assist your children because you're going to be going through so much shit, and it's just not good. You can't help somebody else stand up if you're not standing up, that type of deal. We do this all day with a million different things, but the airplane one to me is probably the best. In a country that, we're definitely coming off of a pandemic. Obviously, the entire world has been shut down for about a year and some change, and we're really going crazy. There's a few things besides that we need to look at before we say, hey, everybody come to America. First and foremost, the same people that say that this place is racist, has inequality in money, has the most hate for outsiders, though that group of people are the same people that say, hey, come here. It's so fucking strange. That's number one. We need to get rid of that. Stop it. You shit on your own home. That is so weird. I've never, that's like being like a fan of a team for your whole life and all you do is shit on them. Like, you've never had nothing good to say. Like, what's the point, right? Like, it's leave. You can leave. Get on a fucking plane and fly out of here. Go where you think is so much better. I say this all the time. The American dream, the American dream. There is no other fucking dream. There's no such thing. Like, nobody ever goes, yo, I want to go do the blah, blah, blah dream. There's nothing like that. We're not influenced in America by no other movies than our own. Like, English movies are everywhere because of us. You see what I'm saying? We influence so much of the world, but yet and still, y'all hate this place, but you want people to come here. Strange. We got to get rid of that. We're not standing up. The metaphor I said, until we stand up, we shouldn't help people stand up. It's simple. We have homelessness. Until we get rid of the homeless and honestly, figure out what that issue is, we don't have room to bring people here. It has nothing to do with work. I know people always love to use this weird work and resource thing. Shut up. There's plenty of work and resources. That's not even a thing. And to be honest with you, most people that come in from the southern border don't even take the most expensive jobs, probably have more skills than a lot of Americans that went to school and got pieces of paper as diplomas, because these guys can really build some shit. Like, their tangibles are a lot more valuable than your shitty little fucking arts degree. And I have an arts degree, but it's the truth. Like, a person that can build a house is always going to be able to outdo the person that just knows how to crunch the numbers. Like, you need both. It's a fine balance. But nonetheless, the resources and job thing, get that out of the way. It's not that. It's not a racial thing. It's not that. We're just in a position right now that we can't take anybody. Like, if you couldn't pay your rent, you wouldn't help your friend pay their rent. Like, that's weird. I don't give a shit who you are or how, like, unless you're like I said, you have to be in a position where you can't even do for yourself, because that's the position that we're in. So until we fix that part of immigration, the part that just has more strict guidelines when it says, hey, look, man, we can't even talk about bringing people to this country right now because we're not right. Like, it just needs to stop. Until that happens, you're not gonna stop seeing shit like this. This is a product of bad management. This is a product of people that continue to say, come here, we're gonna take care of you, because they want voting power. That's all it is. More heads, more votes. More heads, more votes. So now we're sacrificing children for votes. It's all political. It really is. They could say whatever they want to say. When you tell the world we're going to let in 175,000 people, everybody thinks they're going to be a part of that 175,000. We understand that there's a crisis in these countries and that they're not living well. Unfortunately, it's not the United States' job to fix everybody's problem, and it continues to try. And now we have kids getting thrown out of fucking vehicles over the wall. Babies. I did the basketball thing. That's how fucking nasty it is. They're throwing kids, yo. It's really happening. If we could figure out the problem, it's just, you got to be adults about this shit. You just can't keep doing it. Anyway, damn, that went kind of heavy. Thanks, Margo. Rapper Dmx, Friday evening, they said suffered a heart attack from an overdose. This heart attack has rendered him into a vegetable state in the hospital. Basically a coma, where he's having little brain function and his lungs and heart are not working on their own. This is from everywhere on the internet. You can find it. He is still on life support. He might make a full recovery. There was no evidence that he was completely dead. So obviously they're going to keep him on and see what they can do, see if he gets better. In these instances, swelling occurs. So he can be in this coma until the swelling goes down. Hopefully the brain swells down. It's trauma to the brain and the heart, so you have to wait for things to come back. But you just got to be realistic. Being in a vegetable state is not necessarily a good thing or a sign of hope. But we pray nonetheless for Dmx. His real name was Earl Simons. Dmx, for those that have listened to my music and know my background, he was a very pivotal person in my life musically. I listen to Dmx probably every day. So knowing that this is going on and we might lose another great artist, like another great artist, I'm very, very saddened by this news. I hope his family, gets to find peace with this one. This one's going to hurt hip hop for a long time. This one hurts. Dmx, for those who don't know, let me give a little rundown on Dmx. Let's celebrate Dmx because he is an amazing artist. When Dmx was signed, he dropped one album. That album went platinum. 9 months later, in the same year, dropped another album. That album went platinum. Never been done before. Now, I don't know if it's been done after, but I really don't give a shit. We're talking about Dmx today. So if one of your favorite artists does some shit, keep it to yourself today. I don't give a fuck. Dmx was the biggest artist at Def Jam. That was the label that signed him. A staple in hip-hop. If you don't know your history on Def Jam at one point was the place that you wanted to be if you were a hip-hop artist. Everybody blew up out of there. DMX performed for the world. There's a video of him performing at Woodstock 2. 500,000 people. He performed for the fucking world. DMX he made it cool to preach. Like the way that he did it, I mean, for me and my people, like, we didn't go to church. We heard that shit and I was like, wow, okay, cool. Like, if this gangster motherfucker thinks it's cool, then it's gotta be cool. It really did that to me. Yes, it might have been ignorant, but we were children. Who cares? DMX always spoke about the kids because he knew the trials and tribulations he went through as a child. DMX took, this hurts my heart. DMX took bonding to dogs like no other. He said he liked dogs more than he liked people. They were real. And his relationship with dogs is pretty phenomenal. I'm not trying to do a biography on DMX by no means. I highly suggest you look into who he is. I might even put a video together where I do break these down. But you hold on. We gonna Google this. Again, hold on. Google it. Somebody Google it. I'm not gonna Google how many artists done went platinum twice in 1 year. I think Yo, Bad Bunny might be the second person in music history to drop 2 albums in 1 year that went platinum. I'm serious. I really don't think anybody else can do that or has done that. Not even the great Drake. I don't know. Google it. Anyway, DMX, DMX wrote music from his heart, writes music from his heart. I don't want to write him off. It hurts, man. It hurts. If you have the time, Google DMX, learn about him. Learn about what Pain created and how beautiful his music was. Nah, we ain't taking no jokes right now. We talking about the greatest. This DMX. The chat's going wild. DMX, man. He's DMX was bigger than Jay-Z. Let's get a few things straight. Y'all need to know these things. Jay-Z was opening for DMX, all right? And to be honest, when Jay-Z took over the building, he kind of fucked up DMX's his whole rise and shit. But there was a lot of other things involved, so I can't hate Jay for that. But definitely know that DMX was not the one to play with. DMX was is an amazing artist, an amazing person, even though he went through his problems. Listen, we all have demons. We all have addictions. If you yourself suffer from addiction, please ask for help. Reach out, find the phone number, find the website, ask on Facebook, man. Tell people, yo, I'm going through some things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. I myself have a very addictive personality. I fortunately have been able to use my addictions towards goals that are financially rewarding and forward my career. Like, I get sucked into reading like crazy, or I get sucked into doing this. I put myself in a position where I never want to come and do this, do music, do anything that I love and go, ugh. Like, that's the worst. I always want to make sure that it doesn't feel like I'm even doing anything. Like, that's the goal. Like, what's the best way to explain that? Damn. I think that's it, right? Like, once you turn your shit into a job, like, it stresses you out, right? My obsession, like, the way that I OCD over shit is like, when the podcast felt like it was lagging and things, get a new computer. That computer ain't good enough. Get an even bigger computer. Get the right lights. Get 2 more cameras. Get another microphone. Let's set it up this way. Let's set it up that way. How long are people listening? Do they care about this? Do they care about that? Let me change things. Like, I'm studying this to give, back, because I always feel like I can take my my hobbies and turn them into money. Like, this is a hobby, right? Like, I guess that's a terrible way to say it. It's not a hobby, because I do get paid and I do research. Never mind. That's a bad analogy. I'm just saying, we all have problems, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because, I'm addicted to a lot of shit. I really am. Like, if I could do this 24/7, if y'all really, oh man, never mind. No, I do not want to do this 24/7. Eric Weinstein was on the Joe Rogan podcast. I just want to say something. That man is as boring as a fucking white bread with nothing. Do you hear me? He is the most boring person I've ever heard speak. And you know what he does? It really bothered me, because I listened to it because I thought he was really, really smart, which I'm sure he's smart. I'm not taking that from him. And sorry, I just licked my lips like a crackhead because I'm cotton mouth from smoking. Weinstein is the kid that was getting bullied, right? So you went and you helped him. And then you go, hey, man, you can come kick it with us at lunch, right? And then you realize that he's not a nerd or he's not a goof or none of this because he's smart. Like, some kids are just so smart that they're not social. Those kids you can kick it with. That's not Eric. Eric is a fucking cornball. Sorry. He's just not cool. He literally tried to make his whole life this cool fucking story, and he tried to translate it to Rogan's. And Rogan's like, dog, this shit was luck. This shit was persistence and luck. And he tried to make his story seem like it was so prolific and this and that, and he cried and everything. And Rogan was like, hey, dog, whatever. Don't be like Eric Weinstein. Be smart, but have personality. Like, some people miss personality, and then some people, the Joe Rogan effect is a thing too. When people get on Rogan, boy, they get real philosophical and shit, and they think they deep as fuck, and they think they know everything, and it's just like, it's not good. It's not good, man. It's not good at all, man. More podcast news. So I was listening to Tim Dillon. He had on a guest, Whitney Webb. Whitney Webb was banned from Patreon from something that she had on her personal website. Now, I'm not sure how much reach Patreon can have into her personal life, but I am highly offended at this. I don't understand why they can take offense or even affect anything that you do from an action that was taken on another platform. And on top of this, what they were, I guess, upset about, it wasn't even wrong. Like, there was no false information, and it wasn't something that was spewing hatred. It was actually a post about, it was basically a contrast to what the vaccines are doing. It seems like today, if you just don't agree with everything, fuck tough noogies. Like, you just got to go along whatever it is. Like, that is so weird to me. Like, that's why my show exists, right? Like, I'm not going to talk like the regular hip hop. I can't. The idea is that you can't even go against these things. Like, you know, vaccines have side effects. If you have friends from like Mexico, they got this weird circle on their arm that came from a shot that they got on their way here. You know, the idea that they're saying you can't go play basketball for the shot. Like you need to go to a game, to go to any event, like you need to get a passport, right? That's collection of information, because there's really no need to have this like biometric digital card that says I got a shot. Our kids go to school and they get shots. Like, that's a thing. We keep it on paper. There's so many different there's so many different factors when it comes to all these medicines. I just don't even like talking about it because I know the effects of it. But the thing, effects I'm saying of me speaking about these things on the internet. The problem is that if you fucking show any issue against it, they go crazy on you. I'm not saying don't go get the vaccine. If you need it, go get it. Go get it. What I'm saying is, how come you can't say anything bad? Or how come you can't show an opposing opinion? Why not? Especially a factual opposing opinion. How scary is that? Like, I'm not okay with that. Just because you get a vaccine, there's very few vaccines that completely eradicate you being able to contract that virus, right? Like, you can get the flu shot every fucking year. That's a vaccine. It doesn't do dick. I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, this person was deplatformed because of something that happened. That's like if you work at Walmart and you get into a fight or some shit in the street and Walmart's like, yo, we heard you got into a fight, you fired. Like, what? What does that mean? There's nothing to do with you. The Capitol building seems to have no type of safety regulation. Obviously, the Capitol building security is ran by fucking Paul Blart. It's sad that America is having these issues. It's pathetic. We need to tighten the fuck up. And I mean, the quicker the better. This guy was not a MAGA or one of those guys with the fucking horns. We really don't even know what happened. He pulled out a knife, went crazy on somebody, and then he used his car as a battering ram. Speaking of cars and battering rams, y'all seen those two little girls that carjacked the old man, flipped the car, killed him, and jumped out like nothing happened in broad daylight? That shit was crazy. Not even gonna talk about that though, but that shit was crazy. Michael Rapaport is a sucker for releasing those DMs, and he should have to pay that $50,000 fine from the NBA, because that's corny. One, I think he was scared that KD was going to bust his shit when he saw him, which is hilarious. And two, you just don't do that shit. You just don't do that shit. Like, that is so fucking weird to me that a grown man that has you're having a one-on-one feels the need to bring the whole world into it. Like, don't do that type of shit, man. You need a daddy in your fucking life. Even grown ass motherfuckers need daddies. Kodak Black, after a show last night, went to a fast food restaurant and was shot at. There was a shootout, and one of his bodyguards was shot. You know, I'm praying for everybody in this situation, hoping that no one was hurt. Don't understand what was going on. This is kind of breaking. It happened last night, so we'll see what happens. It's April 5th. Hopefully things go good and nobody was hurt. And Kodak, I got an affinity for Kodak, man. I love a little Kodak, so I always hope the best for Kodak. Hunter Biden had an interview. During this interview, Hunter spoke about things that he smoked more than crack, because he would be looking for it in the carpet. He said he smoked Parmesan because Parmesan looked like crack. And he said he smoked more Parmesan than crack. We all have addictions. Seek help. Just call somebody. message somebody. It's not that hard. Man is smoking fucking Parmesan, bro. And they had him leading what was the energy or some shit of an entire country. All right. That dude was making like fucking $8 million or some shit in 3 months. Are you kidding me? The dude that smoked Parmesan off the carpet? He smoked Parmesan off the fucking carpet. I can't even believe it. What? That can't be real. I heard the interview too. I thought it was a fucking joke. Wow. That was a joke. Shit. That's a whole conversation. You know, I've avoided that conversation because they said it'll deplatform me if I talk about that, about the POTUS. I just avoid it. That's why I try not to talk too much about. There's certain things, and I'll tell y'all what I won't talk about. And this is like, instead of how Joe keeps on just giving us interviews with everybody on the podcast. So for all of us that pay $25, you know, the ones that he said, oh, I'm making all this money off my throwaway shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he's fucking us with that content. But anyway, but that's besides the point. I would love to really talk about what's going on with our political pundits right now, especially our leadership. It's getting bad. And there's other things we need to be paying attention to that we don't look at, especially financially. Money is falling. Start investing in that crypto. Put your money into something. Wouldn't have said what? I lost it. DM me. Hit me up. I'm going to go play video games with my friends. My name is Kasabian.